Hi, I'm Cynthia Seguera in Dallas, and here are your headlines from North Texas. For the first time, we're hearing from the heroes of an incredible rescue caught on camera. Scoop Jefferson spoke to the two Fort Worth police officers who helped lift a car to rescue a baby trapped inside.
This video shows the dramatic life-saving moments of a baby girl that two Fort Worth police officers will never forget, both fathers themselves.
I'm a father of 3 little girls, actually.
Yes, I have 3 of my own.
Proud of their heroic acts, Chief Eddie Garcia played the video, all to give them kudos. Both officers emotional seeing it all play out again. While on the interstate Thursday morning, Officer Edwin Bounds witnessed a rollover crash. Sergeant Ryan Nichols nearby and responded.
We were just driving down the highway, and the accident happened directly in front of me.
The mom's down, somebody's with her, somebody's talking about an infant or a baby.
The crash happened on westbound I-30 near East Chase Parkway, bringing traffic to a crawl. The officers learned the woman driving and her baby ejected. Body cam footage captured officers and witnesses frantically searching the overturned vehicle. The baby nowhere to be found, leaving Sergeant Nichols to draw one conclusion.
We need to move the car. I think the baby's under the...
Officers credit other drivers with helping them lift the car. You can see Sergeant Nichols reach under, grab the baby's leg, and pull her free.
I thought she was dead. So we began to work, just praying on the inside that the Lord was just gonna work.
As Sergeant Nichols did chest compressions, Officer Bounds checked her airway.
Just making sure that there's nothing in her mouth clogging her throat.
I'm just asking Jesus to work, just work.
Prayers answered. Eventually, the officers heard this. The video.
Watching the body cam video myself, and I got emotional.
Even moving their boss, who summed up his officers' actions.
There was no better example for me of protecting and serving than this video.
Especially after learning.
I went up there to the hospital on Friday morning, the next day, and visited with the mother.
Mom and baby are expected to be okay. In Fort Worth, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
Now to McKinney, where a 3-year-old boy remains in critical condition after police say he was severely injured by his mother's boyfriend. We got our hands on court documents which reveal what may have happened behind closed doors. Richard Solomon takes a look at text messages that show warning signs weeks before the incident.
On October 14th, McKinney police say a 3-year-old boy was rushed to the hospital unresponsive. He had severe brain trauma, bruising all over his body, among other injuries. The boy's mother, Chelsea Renee Berg, and her boyfriend, Christopher Alexander, are charged with injury to a child. And Alexander faces a charge of tampering with evidence. But this new arrest warrant affidavit shows there were signs something was wrong weeks before that. On September 9th, Berg texted Alexander, telling him her son had a bruise on his eyebrow, cheek, and jawline. Another text said, quote, "You're reckless." Another message said, quote, "He has progressively been getting more and more hurt with you." She then wrote, quote, "You're dangerous." A little over a week later, she sent this message: "You being in my life is quite literally a threat." Another message followed saying, "There hasn't been a single time you've been alone with him where he hasn't been hurt." Then on October 14th, court records say Alexander called Berg in panic after hearing a thud. He then told her he was taking the boy to the hospital. But records say doctors told police the child's injuries didn't match with what Alexander claimed happened. Tonight, that little boy is still fighting for his life. And the two people who were supposed to keep him safe are now facing charges instead. In McKinney, I'm Richard Solomon.
We are nearly a month into the government shutdown, and crucial programs are running out of money. The U.S. Agriculture Department says food aid will not go out November 1st, and that will impact more than 3.5 million Texans who use SNAP benefits. Jobin Puniker shows us how North Texas families are preparing for this major setback.
It is hard enough to be far from her family in Florida.
No, it's not home. No, it's definitely not home.
Harder when you realize Kyrene Elmore is a single mom to 2 boys. Her youngest, Kyrie, has autism.
It's something that I don't want them to ever worry about. I would rather worry about.
Her family is one of millions in Texas losing their SNAP benefits, government assistance to pay for food. a government that is shut down.
And they're not doing something is doing something to millions of Americans. There's a fear that I've never really seen before.
Cheryl Jackson founded Minnie's Food Pantry in Plano. She was once in Kyrin's shoes.
If you've never been in this position, let me speak and say you could be here.
SNAP benefits for November will not be issued.
Kyrin got the notifications on her phone that the benefits are ending November 1st.
Anxiety, a little bit of fear, trying to just have faith in God, that God is going to provide.
Several $100s a month.
You want to come sit next to me?
To supplement what she makes cleaning houses, driving Uber, and part-time working at Home Depot.
Everybody is about to go into a survival mode. Everybody.
Including food banks and pantries. Cheryl tells us she knows it's bad when the crates are empty and when her donors are applying for food.
This is where we stand. This is where we are today. Come back next week, it could be nothing on our shelves as well.
I used to want to be an adult so bad, and now I wish I could just go back for just a moment.
And that is a wish many have.
Y'all want to go get some ice cream?
And for many different reasons. In DFW, I'm Jobin Puniker.
H-E-B is set to open another store in North Texas. The grocery chain's first store in Rockwall will open Wednesday. It is located at I-30 and John King Boulevard. H-E-B operates about a dozen stores in North Texas, with more coming soon to Dallas, Allen, Euless, Forney, and in Irving. Well, Halloween is just days away. Are you still all in on spooky season or ready to fast forward to the holidays? Well, you can celebrate both at one spot in North Texas and help children in need at the same time. Here's Sean Giggy.
We definitely had to go buy some.
Don't let your eyes deceive you. All around this McKinney home, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
This is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And all this is just to help kids at Christmas.
Definitely, yep.
15-year-old Jacob Sheffield is responsible for the deadly decor.
Yeah.
But says he is not the one who dreamt it up. A few years ago, a group of Allen High School students were talking and thought, wouldn't it be great to do something nice for kids on Christmas? So they organized a small toy drive and gave the donations to kids in need.
After that drive, and they were like, we're really helping and we're really making a difference.
They wanted to do it again, but without funding, they couldn't.
It's been a struggle from.
And that's when someone came up with a bloody good idea.
Do not be afraid.
To raise the money by building a haunted house.
Oh, God, please don't.
Right here in their backyard. That first year, they raised a couple $1,000s. And in the 3 years since, it has been hauntingly effective.
You need the tray.
Largely as a result of the haunted house, they've raised more than $1 million and donated 40,000 toys.
I think that just shows us like the power we actually have to just change other people's lives.
They've been so successful, they're now a full-fledged nonprofit. Toys for Texans will host its 4th annual haunted house this weekend.
And that's what we're going to do again this year.
They believe when you give so generously, something jumps out at you.
I looked around and I said, I'm making a difference. And I was able to have that experience of, I just made a difference in this kid's life.
That feeling is why they've expanded their outreach beyond the holidays by organizing summer programs and building little free libraries all over North Texas. Bending over backward to help as many people as possible.
Like, you really do see the smiles on those kids' face, and you're like this is awesome. Like, why don't I do this every day?
Imagine how many kids you could make scream for joy. In McKinney, I'm Sean Giggy.
Those are some great humans, and those are your headlines from North Texas.